We naturally hold democracy in high regard, and so in essence we hold the Athens in the same regard as they created it. But the Athens are also famous for philosophy, and the father of philosophy Socrates was very pessimistic about it. There were many analogies used by him, but the one seen the most in Plato's texts was the ship. He compared democracy to a ship being run by people with no knowledge of it. He asked, would we allow people with knowledge of ships and seafaring to make decisions, or would we allow the rest that had no knowledge of it to take command? Obviously we would want the latter to take control of the ship, and this should be no different when it comes to government. Citizens need to be taught the skill of voting. A person with no knowledge of a subject cannot decide the best outcome for it. We would not let a physicist lead a surgery on ourselves, and we should not allow people with no knowledge of government decide who its leader should be. Modern-day government parties use promises to win elections, and thus they easily sway the masses because the masses have no knowledge of what is truly important in leading a nation. Socrates was also not an elitist and did not believe a select few should decide the outcome of an election, but instead voting is a skill that needs to be taught systematically to citizens. He believed that people with no knowledge of government being allowed to vote was as dangerous as allowing them to sail a ship in a storm. Democracy is easily exploited because a sweet talker is able to sway the masses and an educated person is unable to sway them because the mass has very little understanding of government. He was the first-hand victim of voters' foolishness, as he was put on trial because they believed he was corrupting the minds of the youth. He was then sentenced to death because of a vote made up by a group of 500 Athens. The father of philosophy was killed because of the views of uneducated people. We have ignored all his warnings concerning democracy. We view it as perfect, but it is only perfect if all its citizens are educated on the matters of government. If you like the video, please like and subscribe as we post daily content.